You're on the board of Microsoft. Greylock also invested in TikTok via Musical.ly a few years ago. What is your take on the latest turn of events? Microsoft losing the bid, Oracle winning the bid for now, details still to be worked out, and President Trump basically forcing this sale.
So obviously, I can comment as an individual and as an investor. As you mentioned, Greylock invested in Musical.ly, which was bought by ByteDance, so we are shareholders in ByteDance. Look, I think that what you're really seeing here is the very first place where we are now moving into a much more multipolar tech world, where the tech companies from China aren't only doing services for China, right? Because part of the reason why there was this amazing company, Tencent, that does WeChat, and WeChat we learn all kinds of things from as technologists, but hadn't really come over to the U.S. much, other than people who had worked with China or kind of other kinds of exposure. But I think what we're now going to see is technology invented in China with global scope that is going to be contending with the other kind of global tech companies, which we in the U.S. have been so lucky for decades to have a kind of a broadly kind of free run. And I think that now it's the ringing of the bell, the competition's here. Now, personally, I don't think that the right response is to kind of go to a kind of a protectionist. Now, I do think that there's an issue. China does protectionism against its own tech industry, and how do you balance that out is, I think, important. I actually think, building bridges versus walls is, I think, generally, again, a pro-business, right, kind of approach, as well as a pro-humanity approach. But that's how I kind of look at it. And so I think we've heard the first ring of the bell, and we've had the first awkward response. But what we're going to see a lot more of is tech companies from China becoming globally competitive. So
you think that Chinese technology is becoming more of a threat to American technology?
Yes. Like, which platforms are going to establish the platforms of the future? Because, when you look at it, you say, okay, a lot of messaging products, obviously we have tended to make those global messaging products, generally speaking, within the West Coast of the United States. Well, here you've got this amazing set of technology from kind of TikTok that is kind of having, how do you onboard someone and find videos that they want to watch and have them kind of being, oh my God, this is like the next generation of television and entertainment, and how do you do that? And TikTok figured it out before any other company, or ByteDance figured it out before any other company in the world.